Hello everybody, this is AG here, and welcome to the Daytona International Speedway. We are here to begin the second weekend of action in the Wawa Pro Series, and this here is the Daytona Sprint, a 12-lap race here around the World Center of Racing leading up to tomorrow's Daytona 125K. Tomorrow's race is going to be a 32-lap event for all the marbles. Today we're going to set the starting lineup for that event and also award a few bonus points towards the championship. If you watched the last race here in the Wawa Pro Series from New Smyrna, you saw the Dylan Young with the victory lane. The starting lineups for the sprint races will now be determined by the finishing results of the prior week's feature race. And Dylan Young and Will Parrish were the top two drivers who finished in that event at New Smyrna. They will be leading us to the green flag here for this Daytona Sprint, but it's the fastest lap that receives the pole for the feature event. We'll go ahead and jump right into it here from the Daytona International Speedway. Dylan Young and Will Parrish starting on the front row for tonight's Daytona Sprint race. Of course, they were the top two finishers last week in row number 2. We have Hunter Braxton in number 1, who grabbed the podium position in that New Smyrna feature event. He's to the inside of Thomas Troxel, who was a dominant driver in that New Smyrna race. He comes into this race with 12 points, though, looking to possibly add on to that here tonight. Row number 3 sees William Brock and Brendan Wilmington. Row number 2, or should I say row number 4. It's been a long day, I forgot how to count. Chris Reynolds and Nathan Orman there in row number 4, and then drivers who managed to finish in the points in New Smyrna, Ryan Durrani and Nathan Stapleton rounding out the top 10 starting positions. Dan Park to the inside of Nathan Faden. 14 of Christian Master to the inside of Brandon Nelson. You got Logan Williams to the inside of Trey Wright. Ethan Lewis to the inside of Zach Winkle. Vlad Prescott to the inside of Noah Clifton. Priya McShane to the inside of Seth Cole. And then the number 4 of Zachary Fitzwater alongside Jesse Turner, who, when this whole series started last time out at New Smyrna in the New Smyrna Sprint, it was Fitzwater and Turner who started on the front row. Now they're in the back of the field here at Daytona. But this is one of those places where you can definitely get a good lap no matter where you're at. And it's going to be interesting to see how this fastest lap plays out here at a super speedway. Definitely intrigued to see how it all goes down. If we do get a caution in this race, the caution period will only be 2 laps. There are no pit stops in this race or in the feature event tomorrow because it is a super speedway. And of course, fastest lap will win the pole for tomorrow's Daytona 125K, and the top 3 finishers in this Daytona Sprint will receive 3, 2, 1 points respectively in the championship. Dylan Young comes in the points leader, 25 points towards the championship from that win in the Central Florida Grand Prix last time out. We'll have to see if he can double down and possibly get the win tomorrow as well. It's still early on in the season. We're just going to have to see how it all plays out. Pace car is down. Dylan Young, Will Parrish on the front row. We're underway in the Daytona Sprint. Of course, traditionally Daytona is an opening race for a season. I decided, let's make it the second race of the season. New Smyrna is a great place to start out. Had a great race there last time out. Both the sprint race and the feature event. And of course, Daytona almost never fails to disappoint. So definitely looking forward to seeing how tomorrow's feature event goes. And even the sprint race, only 12 laps, is a very good opportunity that the guys who stay up front in this race are going to be these guys who started up front for this race. But Hunter Braxton started in the 3rd position. They're going to move to the inside for the race lead. You got William Brock right there in the number 5 machine as well. Chris Reynolds on the inside lane. Braxton leads the first lap, but the fastest lap goes to Priya McShane all the way in the back of the field, the 44.898. I would definitely expect, though, the next time around that is going to change because they started that lap at about probably 70 miles per hour. This is going to be a full speed lap right here for these guys, and we're going to see some pretty fast times. So McShane did get a pretty good draft off of Vlad Prescott ahead of her. So we'll have to see how that all plays out. And these guys better be careful not to wreck, because if you wreck, that's going to essentially eliminate your opportunity of getting a good time in this session. Chris Reynolds and Christian Master, top 2 guys right now. Fastest lap's going to go now to Jesse Turner in the back of the field, and Turner almost under 40 seconds that lap. Of course, that's a pretty standard lap for this version of Daytona. Of course, we're still using the good old Speedway physics version of this track, as we always have. And Jesse Turner, of course, won the first ever race on this channel at this very racetrack all the way back in April of 2015. So, you know, he's going to definitely be going for it, especially after the tough start he had to this season in the Wawa Pro Series, blowing an engine in the Central Florida Grand Prix at New Smyrna. Zachary Fitzwater, might want to watch for him, maybe getting a bit of a pull on this field here. Noah Clifton is second, Seth Cole is third, Priya McShane and Ethan Lewis, the top five looking to start for tomorrow night's Daytona 125K. Chris, this is one of those tracks where you start doesn't matter too much, especially with it being a 32-lap race tomorrow. But as you can see, Chris Reynolds kind of holding on to this race lead right now. That'd be 3 points towards the championship for him if he could pull it off. Ethan Lewis on this inside lane has help from Vlad Prescott there. Well, these guys, at this point, you know, that fastest lap battle may actually be kind of out of question at this point, possibly. Yeah, never mind. Look at that right there from the lead. He had a very fast time, and he wasn't even pulling up on anybody. Chris Reynolds with a 40.023 there. Reynolds definitely has a fast car underneath of him there, and he's got some pure speed in that machine as well. Turner still holds the fastest lap for the pole, but Chris Reynolds looking pretty strong right now here at Daytona, leading this field. Gonna get a taste of what the racing's going to be like in tomorrow's feature event. Yeah, William Brock and Christian Master inside this top three. Of course, Christian Master finished third in the sprint race last time out at New Smyrna, and the 18 of Brandon Nelson has taken the pole position away from Jesse Turner. And Nelson has a bit of a gap there behind Noah Clifton, and that is what you need for a good lap here. But you also have Stapleton and Fitzwater at the back of this field. And watch out for Fitzwater. He went to third quickest overall. Meanwhile, Stapleton's actually the slowest out there in terms of the fastest lap. And in the wall, Dylan Young in the number 2 machine. An issue on the 2 of Dylan Young, last week's winner. And that is not looking good for him. He's probably going to lose the draft, which is going to essentially end in the opportunity he's going to have at a fast lap. And a lot of guys ended up moving up through the field right there. Noah Clifton just went to the top of the board, and Clifton looking to win the pole for the Daytona 125K. Trey right ahead of him, Vlad Prescott with a good lap, Ethan Lewis, and then Chris Reynolds also went under 40 seconds. Of course, if there are any ties in the fastest lap battle in the sprint race, it's broken by the finishing position of the sprint race. That's what we did last week. You may have noticed a couple of ties in last week's sprint race, so that affected the way they started. We right now have a tie between Jesse Turner. Well, we had a tie between Jesse Turner and Chris Reynolds, but how about Nathan Orman going for 2 poles in a row right here? He's at the back of this field, and he just went to the top of the board. Nathan Faden and Dan Park all on the line right there, and Stapleton. I think Stapleton might win this pole because he just went to 4th. He's going to pull right up on this lead pack here, and that should give him a really fast time. Look at the closing rate that he's getting on the back of this field. Of course, you don't receive a championship point for winning the pole. That makes it a little bit interesting, but of course you get 25 points if you win. And yep, just like I said, it's like I theorized, Nathan Stapleton going to go ahead and take that fastest lap away from Nathan Ormond. And Stapleton looking to start on the pole for the Daytona 125K after he got a point in the New Smyrna feature race last time out. Finished in the 10th position in the Central Florida Grand Prix. It looks like Chris Reynolds may win this race, but the battle is on for those last 2 points. William Brock, Christian Master, and now Ethan Lewis trying to snatch a couple of points away here tonight. And Vlad Prescott helping out Ethan Lewis in that inside lane. Priya McShane back there on that inside lane as well. More movement inside that top 10 as Brandon Nelson goes to 5th. Brennan Wilmington the 6th. Got the 21 machine there as well of Noah Clifton falling to 7th. Fitzwater, Trey Wright, and Will Parrish the top 10 right now with Stapleton leading, Nathan Ormond, Dan Park, Nathan Faden the top 4. And for the race lead, William Brock with a huge head of steam on the inside of Chris Reynolds. And Logan Williams has come out of nowhere. He's up inside the podium places. Currently running in the 3rd position. It's 2 laps to go in the Daytona Sprint. No change in the top 10. That battle for the pole might be done, and it might just be for the bonus points right here. Jesse Turner was fastest earlier on in this race. He's now 15th fastest. The slowest guy is Dylan Young, and he's going to stay that way at the back of the field after he lost the draft. Hunter Braxton back there in 23rd, but it's going to be a 32-lap race tomorrow. It's going to be a lot of time for these guys to move their way from the back to the front in tomorrow's race. Here we go. White flag in the air in the Daytona Sprint between William Brock and Logan Williams. Will one of these guys get her? Will Chris Reynolds, who's been the dominant guy of this race, kind of falling back there, he may not even get a point for this one. We'll just have to see. Christian Master looking to get points for the second sprint race in a row. Ethan Lewis trying to get some bonus points. We'll have to see how it all shakes out, but it might be between Logan Williams and William Brock here for this race victory in the Daytona Sprint. Brock has that outside lane, and that seems to be the strongest line, but Logan Williams going to try to use the advantage of the shorter way around. I just don't see it happening, though, for him. William Brock on that outside lane is going to get the push, and William Brock's going to get 3 bonus points towards the championship. He wins the Daytona Sprint. Logan Williams with 2 points, Chris Reynolds with 1 point towards the championship. And Nathan Stapleton will be starting on the pole position for tomorrow's Daytona 125K here in the Wawa Pro Series. So it's going to be Nathan Stapleton, Nathan Orman on the front row. Dan Park, Nathan Faden in row number 2. Brandon Nelson, Brendan Wilmington in row 3. Noah Clifton, Zachary Fitzwater tied in row number 4. I do believe Clifton holds the tiebreaker on Fitzwater, and he does, because Clifton did finish higher than Fitzwater in this race. Trey Wright and Will Parrish in row number 5. Logan Williams and William Brock in row number 6. Vlad Prescott and Priya McShane in row number 7. Jesse Turner, Ethan Lewis in row number 8. Thomas Troxel, Ryan Durrani in row number 9. Zach Winkle, Christian Master in row 10. 24 machine of Seth Cole and the 22 of Chris Reynolds in row number 13. And row number 11, excuse me. And Hunter Braxton and Dylan Young in row number 12. The winner of the race, William Brock, 3 points towards the championship for Brock. 2 points for whoever finished second, Logan Williams, and 1 point for Chris Reynolds here in this Daytona Sprint. The official standings right there. So Brock, Williams, and Reynolds with bonus points towards the championship after tonight, and you will actually see the points this time around because we can just add it on to the race before and score for. So we weren't able to do that last time after the new Smyrna Sprint, but you kind of got the idea. It was 3-2-1, pretty simple. And this will affect the points just a little bit there. William Brock finished in the 5th position last time out at New Smyrna in the feature race, so he already had 10 points coming in. So Chris Reynolds also had some points as well. Logan Williams did finally get some points there. He was close in getting points in the sprint last week, but wasn't able to get it as Christian Master just barely beat him there. But we'll have to see how it all goes down in tomorrow's event, the Daytona 125K, with Nathan Stapleton leading us to the green flag as he got the fastest time here in this race. Thank you guys so much for watching. We'll see you guys tomorrow for the Daytona 125K. 32 laps of action here at Daytona. These 24 drivers, and Stapleton will be leading us to the green flag. Here are the points after the second sprint race of the season, and I will see you guys later.